All right, so today we're diving deep into the sacral chakra,
Ooh, interesting.
that energy center that's all about creativity and emotions and pleasure.
Yes, yeah.
We've got this piece titled The Sacral Chakra, Embracing Creativity, Emotions, and Flow.
Okay.
And we're going to break it down and figure out what this chakra is all about,
Sounds good.
how it affects us,
Yeah.
and maybe even some practical ways to kind of bring it into balance for like a more joyful life.
Awesome.
You know, when we talk about chakras, sometimes it can feel a little bit out there, you know?
Right.
But we're really talking about energy centers in the body.
Yeah, actual physical locations.
Okay, so where is the sacral chakra exactly?
It's located right below your navel,
Interesting.
and it's connected to the element of water.
Water? Really?
Yeah, so think about what water represents.
Like flowing rivers and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Flow, adaptability, emotional depth. These are key themes when we talk about the sacral chakra.
I see. So if I'm feeling stuck or creatively blocked, could my sacral chakra be out of whack?
It's definitely possible. The source material actually lists a bunch of potential signs.
Like what?
Well, you mentioned feeling stuck,
Yeah.
and then there's things like emotional roller coasters
Ooh, I've been there.
or difficulty processing your feelings. You know, maybe you're hitting a wall with your creative projects,
Okay.
feeling a lack of inspiration, or even feeling guilty or ashamed about enjoying the good things in life.
So it's not like these are problems exactly.
Right. It's more like signals your sacral chakra might be trying to tell you something.
Interesting. So what happens when our sacral chakra is balanced? Like, what would that feel like?
Imagine ideas just flowing effortlessly, like solutions appearing as if by magic. You feel your emotions fully but healthily, you know, without being overwhelmed by them.
Okay.
And you have this deep connection to what truly excites you.
That sounds amazing.
Right.
The source material gives us a few tips for balancing the sacral chakra. And I think those are really going to help us bring more of that flow into our lives.
Yeah. It's important to remember, though, that balancing your sacral chakra is an ongoing process.
Right. Not a one-time fix.
Exactly. It's about being kind to yourself, cultivating that awareness, and making small, consistent shifts in your everyday life.
So where do we start?
Well, the source material highlights creative expression as a powerful tool.
Creative expression.
Yeah.
Does that mean we all need to become artists?
No, not at all. It's not about creating masterpieces. It's
No.
about tapping into that creative energy that you already have within you.
I see.
The key is expression, not perfection.
Oh, I like that.
So, you know, doodle in a notebook, try a new recipe,
Okay.
rearrange your furniture for a fresh feel, even dancing while you're doing chores, that's all creative expression.
Oh, I love that. It's just about letting that energy flow through you without judgment.
Exactly.
For me, sometimes it's just putting on some music and dancing around the house.
Nice.
That was just my energy. What about you? What are some of your non-traditional creative outlets?
I like working with my hands, like gardening or woodworking.
Interesting.
It's really grounding.
I could see that.
Connecting with those natural materials and creating something tangible, that really sparks that creative flow for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. The source material also talks about connecting with water, spending time near a lake or an ocean,
Yeah.
even just taking a bath. I mean, there's something so magical
Yeah.
about being near water.
Right. It's not just magical, though. There's a symbolic connection there.
How so?
When you're immersed in water, you're literally connecting with the element that embodies the sacral chakra's energy, that flow, adaptability, that cleansing,
Oh, I see.
letting go of anything that might be holding you back.
You know, it doesn't even have to be some big trip to the ocean.
No, absolutely not.
Even small things like a walk by a fountain or even having a glass of water with lemon while I'm working, that can help, right?
Absolutely. It's about weaving those little practices into your daily routine.
Okay, so find those little ways to connect with water. What about emotional awareness?
Yeah.
The source material also emphasizes that.
Right, emotional awareness.
That seems like it could be a little challenging for some people.
It can be, yeah. But it's really important for a balanced sacral chakra.
So how do we even start?
It's about observing your emotions without judgment.
Interesting.
Almost like a scientist, you know? Just observing, not judging.
So instead of getting swept away by our emotions,
Right.
we can learn to just acknowledge them.
Exactly.
Okay, and the source suggests journaling is a tool for that.
Journaling can be really helpful.
Yeah, it gives you that safe space to explore your feelings, process those experiences, see if there are any patterns
Yeah.
or beliefs that might be blocking your sacral chakra.
Exactly.
I'm a big fan of journaling. I find it really helps to get all those thoughts and emotions out of my head.
It can be really cathartic.
Yeah, sometimes I even write letters to people.
Oh, interesting.
Not to send, but just as a way to express what I might not be able to say out loud.
I love that. It's so freeing.
It is. So it's not about having to write these formal diary entries every day.
Yeah.
It's about finding what works for you.
Exactly.
Maybe it's bullet points, maybe it's sketches.
Whatever feels good.
The key is to make it a practice that you actually enjoy.
Right. Not just another thing to add to your to-do list.
Exactly. So what else does the source suggest?
It talks about using affirmations.
Affirmations. You mean like those positive statements people repeat to themselves?
Exactly.
Do those really work?
They can be incredibly powerful.
Okay.
You're literally rewiring your brain by repeating those positive statements.
Wow.
Creating new neural pathways that support a more joyful and balanced state of being.
So it's like planting seeds of positivity.
Yes, exactly. And over time, those seeds grow into something beautiful.
I like that. So what are some examples of affirmations that could help balance the sacral chakra?
The source material gives a few good ones. I allow my creativity to flow freely. I embrace my emotions with compassion. I deserve joy, pleasure, and abundance.
Those are really powerful. I love that they're so simple.
Simple but powerful.
I can see how incorporating those into my daily routine could make a real difference.
Try writing them down or setting reminders on your phone.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Just find what works for you.
Okay. So we talked about creative expression, connecting with water, emotional awareness, affirmations. The source also mentions that certain foods can resonate with the sacral chakra.
Oh yes, the orange food.
Orange foods.
Yeah, things like oranges, mangoes, sweet potatoes, carrots.
Okay. So is there something to that, or is that just a coincidence?
It's based on the idea that different foods have different energetic vibrations,
Okay.
and consuming those that align with a particular chakra can give it a subtle boost.
I see. So it's less about strict rules and more about being mindful of the energy we're taking in through food.
Exactly.
I like that. I could totally see myself adding some mango to my morning smoothie.
There you go.
Or having a sacral chakra day, where I just eat all orange food.
This sounds fun.
Right. But you know what? I think we need to take a little break.
Okay.
We've covered so much ground already.
I have.
And when we come back, I'm really curious to hear more about the sacral chakra's connection to relationships and sensuality.
Yes, that's a big one.
Yeah, we haven't really touched upon that yet.
Definitely something to explore more deeply.
Right. So stay tuned.
We'll be right back. So we're back, diving deep into the sacral chakra.
We've been talking about all these cool ways to balance it.
Like creative expression, connecting with water, even the foods we eat.
Yeah, it's amazing how those small things can make such a big difference.
Absolutely.
But there's a piece we haven't really talked about yet.
Oh, what's that?
The sacral chakra's connection to relationships and sensuality.
Ah, yes, that's a big one.
The source material mentions it, but doesn't really dive deep.
Right.
So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the sacral chakra isn't just about creativity and emotions.
Okay.
It's also about our ability to connect with others, to experience pleasure, and to embrace our sensuality.
I see.
When this chakra is balanced, we can have deeper intimacy in our relationships.
Oh, that makes sense.
Feel more comfortable in our own bodies and just approach life with a sense of playfulness and joy.
So if someone's sacral chakra is blocked, could that show up as difficulty with relationships?
It absolutely could. It can manifest as fear of intimacy, low self-esteem,
Oh, wow.
even difficulty experiencing pleasure.
It's like a part of us is holding back.
Exactly, like we're afraid to fully embrace all the good stuff.
Yeah, like blocking ourselves from the fullness of life.
That's a great way to put it.
So how do we even begin to heal and balance that part of ourselves?
Well, self-compassion is key.
Okay.
Remember, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. Acknowledge those feelings without judgment.
So instead of pushing those uncomfortable feelings away,
Yes.
we could just sit with them and try to understand them.
Exactly. Journal about them, talk to a trusted friend or therapist.
Okay.
Explore mindfulness practices to become more aware of your emotions.
The source material calls the sacral chakra the seat of our sweetness.
Oh, I love that.
What do you think that means?
It perfectly captures the essence of the sacral chakra. It's about enjoying those simple pleasures,
Okay.
allowing ourselves to feel joy and abundance without guilt or shame.
So it's like embracing all the good stuff life has to offer
Yes.
without feeling like we don't deserve it or that we need to earn it.
Exactly. But when this chakra is blocked, we might hold back, deny ourselves pleasure, even sabotage our own happiness.
I've totally been there, especially in relationships. It's like a fear of being truly seen and loved for who we are.
It's a common experience, especially if we've been hurt in the past.
Yeah.
But a balanced sacral chakra can help us heal those wounds
Right.
and approach relationships with confidence and self-love.
So how do we reclaim that sense of worthiness and open ourselves up to those more fulfilling relationships?
It's a process.
Okay.
It starts with becoming aware of those negative beliefs and patterns that are holding us back. Is there a voice in your head saying, you're not good enough?
Ooh.
Or past hurts that make you afraid to trust or be vulnerable?
Definitely.
Whatever it is, just acknowledge it without judgment.
It's like recognizing that those beliefs might not even be true.
Right.
And then challenging those negative thought patterns.
Exactly. And that's where practices like affirmations and positive self-talk come in.
Okay, I see.
It's about retraining our minds to focus on our strengths, celebrate our wins, and practice self-compassion.
So it's like we're building this foundation of self-love.
Yes.
And from there, our creativity, our relationships, our overall well-being can flourish.
Beautifully said. And as that foundation strengthens, we naturally attract things that align with our true selves. The people, the opportunities, the experiences that bring us joy.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
When we believe in ourselves, we act in ways that reflect that belief.
Yeah.
And then the universe responds.
Exactly. It's not about forcing things. It's about aligning our energy with what we want and trusting the universe.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is a powerful shift in perspective.
This has been such an insightful conversation.
It really has.
I feel like we're really understanding the sacral chakra and how it affects us.
I agree.
But before we wrap up,
Yes.
I'd love to explore some specific techniques for tapping into the sacral chakra.
I like that.
To enhance our creativity, deepen our emotional intelligence, and create a life full of joy and abundance.
I'm happy to share some of my favorites. Welcome back to our deep dive on the sacral chakra.
We've been on quite a journey,
We have.
exploring its influence on creativity, emotions, relationships, even our sense of worth.
So much to unpack.
What are your biggest takeaways?
It's how interconnected everything is.
Mhm.
The sacral chakra doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Right.
It affects and is affected by all these different aspects of our lives.
If we can get into balance, it's like a ripple effect. huh?
Exactly. Touching everything we do, every relationship we have.
It's like we're tending to a garden, you know? When we nourish the soil,
Yes.
provide the right conditions, everything flourishes.
I love that analogy.
But if we neglect one area,
Mm-hmm.
it impacts the whole ecosystem.
It does.
And it's not about reaching some perfect state of being, right?
No, not at all.
Balancing your sacral chakra is an ongoing journey
Exactly.
of self-discovery and exploration.
Absolutely.
It's about deepening our connection to ourselves, our emotions, that creative life force energy.
That flows through all of us.
So as we keep learning and growing, what are some tools to tap into the sacral chakra and really harness its power?
Visualization is incredibly powerful.
Okay.
Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm orange light, the color of the sacral chakra.
Okay, I can see it.
Feel it filling every cell, dissolving blocks, fears, anything holding you back.
Wow, I'm feeling it already.
Then visualize yourself creating, expressing, receiving all the good things you desire.
That's amazing.
It's about consciously directing that energy.
Like giving our desires a clear path to manifest.
Exactly.
What if we're feeling stuck creatively? Any tips?
Sometimes a simple change of scenery helps. Step away from your routine. Immerse yourself in nature.
I like that.
Go for a walk, visit a museum, even rearrange your workspace.
Just shake things up a bit.
Exactly, a fresh perspective can spark inspiration.
For me, music is a huge inspiration.
Oh, me too.
Whether I'm writing or just need a boost, some upbeat music always gets the creative juices flowing.
It's so powerful.
What about you? What helps you when you need a creative boost?
For me, it's dancing.
Oh, nice.
It's about letting go of self-judgment and just letting my body express itself.
That's awesome.
It's freeing.
It's like embracing that childlike sense of play, right?
Yes,
Experimenting without the pressure to be perfect.
exactly.
But what about when we struggle with self-doubt or fear of judgment? Especially when we're sharing our creative work.
That's where mindfulness and emotional awareness come in.
Okay.
Instead of pushing those feelings away, we observe them with curiosity and compassion.
Like we're befriending our emotions.
Exactly.
Acknowledging them without letting them control us.
Right, and as we get better at navigating our emotions, we can actually use that energy to fuel our creative expression.
Our emotions are a powerful source of energy.
They really are.
When we learn to harness them in a healthy way,
Mm-hmm.
it can lead to some truly authentic creative expressions.
Absolutely. Some of our most profound work can come from those places.
So as we wrap up this deep dive on the sacral chakra,
Yeah.
what do you hope our listeners take away from this conversation?
I hope they feel inspired to explore their own relationship with their sacral chakra.
Okay.
It's such a powerful energy center.
It is.
And when we work with it consciously,
Yeah.
we can unlock so much creativity, joy, fulfillment.
It's amazing.
And remember, there's no one right way.
Right.
Trust your intuition, experiment, and see what resonates.
It's been an amazing journey exploring this with you.
Likewise.
And to our listeners, remember, you are worthy of all the joy and pleasure and abundance life has to offer.
Yes, you are.
Embrace your creativity, connect with your emotions, and trust your intuition.
Beautiful.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep shining your light.